In a quaint old house at the edge of town, an ornate mirror hung in the hallway, its antique frame adorned with intricate carvings. Passed down through generations, the mirror was said to have a sinister history, whispered about in hushed tones by those who dared to gaze into its depths. One stormy night, Sarah, a curious teenager, found herself alone in the house while her parents were away. Drawn to the mirror's mysterious allure, she approached it tentatively, her reflection wavering in the dim light. As she peered into the glass, she felt a chill run down her spine, as if someone, or something, were watching her from the other side. Ignoring her unease, Sarah reached out to touch the mirror's surface, but as her fingertips made contact, a cold sensation enveloped her hand, sending a shockwave of fear coursing through her body. In that moment, the mirror shimmered with an otherworldly light, and Sarah's reflection began to change, twisting and contorting into a grotesque, nightmarish visage. Terrified, Sarah stumbled back, but she found herself unable to tear her eyes away from the mirror. The reflection seemed to beckon her closer, its eyes gleaming with malevolence. Desperate to escape, Sarah turned to flee, but the hallway stretched endlessly before her, trapping her in a maze of twisted corridors. As she wandered through the labyrinthine halls, Sarah encountered other reflections, distorted, grotesque versions of herself, each one more horrifying than the last. Some reached out to her with clawed hands, whispering promises of eternal torment, while others simply watched with empty, soulless eyes. With each passing moment, Sarah's terror grew until she could bear it no longer. Screaming in desperation, she closed her eyes and prayed for release, willing herself to wake from the nightmare that had consumed her. And then, as suddenly as it had begun, the nightmare ended. Sarah found herself standing in front of the mirror once more, her heart pounding in her chest. But when she looked into the glass, her reflection was her own once again, her features unmarred by the horrors she had witnessed. Trembling with relief, Sarah fled from the house, vowing never to return. But as she left, she couldn't shake the feeling that the mirror was watching her still, its malevolent presence lurking just beyond the surface, waiting for its next victim to fall under its sinister spell. Title: The Mirror's Curse. In a sleepy town nestled amidst rolling hills, an old mansion stood shrouded in mystery. Inside, a grand mirror adorned the foyer, its gilded frame reflecting the faded elegance of a bygone era. But behind its polished surface lay a dark secret that had haunted the mansion for generations. One summer, a family of 4 moved into the mansion, unaware of its grim history. Among them was young Mia, a curious girl with an adventurous spirit. From the moment she laid eyes on the mirror, Mia felt drawn to it, as if it held the key to unlocking the mysteries of the mansion. Late one night, unable to resist its allure any longer, Mia approached the mirror and whispered a question into its depths. To her astonishment, the mirror answered, its voice a chilling whisper that sent shivers down her spine. From that moment on, Mia became obsessed with the mirror, spending hours gazing into its depths, seeking answers to questions she dared not voice aloud. But with each passing day, Mia's behavior grew more erratic, her once bright eyes clouded with a haunted expression. Her family watched in growing concern as she withdrew from them, lost in the dark enchantment of the mirror. As summer faded into autumn, strange occurrences began to plague the mansion. Shadows moved of their own accord, whispers echoed through the halls, and the air grew heavy with a sense of foreboding. Mia's family became convinced that the mirror was to blame for their misfortune, but they could not bring themselves to destroy it, fearful of the consequences. One fateful night, Mia's parents woke to find her missing from her bed. Frantic with worry, they searched the mansion from top to bottom, their calls echoing through the empty halls. At last, they found her standing before the mirror, her eyes glazed over with a vacant stare. Desperate to break the mirror's hold over their daughter, Mia's parents reached out to touch its surface, but as their fingertips made contact, a blinding light filled the room, engulfing them in darkness. When the light faded, Mia was gone, her reflection the only trace of her presence. In the years that followed, the mansion stood abandoned, its halls haunted by the echoes of lost souls. Locals whispered of the cursed mirror that lay within, warning travelers to steer clear of its malevolent gaze. And though Mia's fate remained a mystery, her family could only pray that she had found peace beyond the mirror's grasp. As time passed, the mansion gained a reputation as the most haunted house in the region. Brave souls ventured inside, drawn by tales of supernatural encounters and the allure of unlocking its dark secrets. But none dared to linger too long in the presence of the mirror for fear of the horrors that lurked within its depths. Years went by, and the mansion fell into disrepair, its once grand halls now crumbling and overgrown with ivy. Yet the mirror remained untouched by the passage of time, its surface pristine and unblemished. Those who dared to approach could still hear the faint whispers that emanated from within, beckoning them closer with promises of forbidden knowledge. One stormy night, a group of thrill-seekers gathered outside the mansion, determined to uncover the truth behind its haunted reputation. Among them was Lily, a young woman with a fascination for the occult and a penchant for danger. Ignoring the warnings of locals, she led her companions into the decaying mansion, eager to confront the mirror that had captured her imagination for so long. As they entered the foyer, the air grew thick with tension, and the temperature plummeted to an icy chill. The group exchanged nervous glances, their bravado waning in the face of the mansion's eerie atmosphere. But Lily pressed on, her determination driving her forward despite the growing sense of unease. Reaching the mirror, Lily hesitated for only a moment before reaching out to touch its surface. As her fingers made contact, a surge of energy coursed through her, sending a jolt of electricity down her spine. Suddenly, the mirror began to shimmer and warp, its once reflective surface transforming into a portal to another realm. Terrified yet mesmerized, Lily stepped through the portal, her companions calling out to her in alarm. But it was too late. The mirror had claimed her as its own, dragging her into a world of darkness and despair. For days, Lily's friends searched the mansion, their cries echoing through its empty halls. But there was no sign of her, save for the faint whispers that lingered in the air, mocking them with promises of untold horrors. And so the mansion remained abandoned, its secrets buried within its walls. The mirror, now a gateway to the unknown, continued to lure unsuspecting souls into its grasp, feeding on their fears and trapping them in its cursed embrace. As for Lily, her fate remains a mystery, her voice joining the chorus of whispers that haunt the mansion to this day. And though the mirror's reflection may appear innocent to the untrained eye, those who dare to gaze into its depths do so at their own peril, for the mirror's curse is as old as time itself, and its hunger for souls knows no bounds.